my God, is Bitcoin doomsday upon us, folks? We have what looks to be a global cyber attack this morning, just if that wasn't enough. And they're voting on releasing the deep state files, but there's some dastardly things going on with those as well. I got a lot to get off my chest here today. And you know what? There's a lot I've been thinking about. There's a lot I've been considering on how to protect my own bags as we move into the end of the year. And structurally, how I'm going to be viewing Bitcoin and what levels will flip my thesis. So we're going to take a look at that and more on today's channel. Welcome to the blockchain basement. Mike Vollmer, Poor Now, formerly Pre-Rich. Ooh, Meme Constable joining as a member. Thanks for the support, my man. Mikhail, DCA and Pray. Oh, man. Let's see what DCA and Pray is saying. Didn't I just see something yesterday? AI can conduct its own cyber attacks. Yes, we did see that yesterday as well. Good looking out. What up, Jay? Good to see you. Green Day Profits, Wispy, Dead Cat Bounce. Yeah, I mean, I got a perfect way to fix our chart and our situation. Let's get into the show. I got a lot to cover, a lot of ground to cover. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, folks. Make sure that you are following me on Twitter at Druth Crypto. And this is where you go through my trolling, late night trolling. Shout out to the 23 people left in crypto and the 89 million bots. Oh, man, there's so much on my mind here. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Support us. I'm about to give you the truth here. So now, yes, Bitcoin has issues, okay? And this is on the daily with the 300 SMA. And generally, I was talking about this a while back, and shit's played out, folks. It's looking, it's a looking grim. So we hit this 300 SMA 3 times in the last bull market: a 1, a 2, and a 3. And then we had a dead cat bounce, and then went down to about $33,000, and just a slow chunk to the downside into the depths of the bear market, which gripped us right around the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. So our current situation at hand, I'm not mincing words with you folks, okay? We have a 1, a 2, and a 3, but it is very deep. And I mean, this general line in the sand of where I'm flipping thesis on bearishness, honestly, we pretty much fucking hit it. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm going to fix the situation. I'm going to right click here. And I'm going to go like this. Okay. Fixed it. All right. Now, the reason why I've done this is because generally your mind wants to analyze things going up and to the right. Well, not a problem there, buddy. So what this actually looks like is an inverse head and shoulders. Something like that. Now, where can we look for here? Let's check it out where this little inverse head and shoulders takes our little skivvies, because I'm looking at this, Jesus, Lord love a duck, right in the middle of that previous all-time high range, right? Maybe even a little bit below it, if this inverse head and shoulders does indeed play out. So this is a situation at hand. And now I'm doing this twofold, all right? Because obviously, as you know, I've been paring down altcoins very, very heavily. And the altcoins that I do still hold, I think have structural importance, and I do think will last into the next iteration of 2026. Now, I'm doing a night video on the Discover Crypto channel on how long this pain might last. And actually, there's a lot of hope with that, with the general emergency Fed meetings that have happened, the liquidity injections, and things of that nature. But I've pared down the altcoins to basically things that I feel have structural importance. No memes, no bullshit, nothing like that. So let's go check out. I'm scared to look at the damn altcoin portfolio, but we're going in here together. Smash the likes and give me a 1 in chat if your altcoin portfolio is making you sad. Let's see how sad mine's making me today. Let's go here to the watch list. Oh, God. Holy shit. What? Aerodrome's up 6%. Oh my God. All right. All right. Some choices we made were correct. Solana, nice. Okay. Not bad. Morpho, still right around $2. Marinade's still up from when I bought it. Canton is barely down. Jito is barely down. Camino is barely down. Chainlink, see, this is the one that has been shaving off the most, but my entry point is so old. It needs to go to like $3.80 for me to be technically negative on this. I feel Chainlink is systemically important for crypto. I'm going to hold the XRP for the culture. And Ethereum, I have barely any of it. I use it for gas. Linnea, this is one that's actually the most down out of the alt bags from my entry point. I got in at 0.012. So we're slightly below that entry point. But I do feel I've got to hold. I've got to hold this Linnea to see what it. And you know, this is an interesting concept. DCA and Prey singing, I'm missing Litecoin. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Okay. Jesus though, that's actually this is more bullish than I thought it would. What does the Bitcoin dominance look like? Let's just go over here. All right. So you guys, this is my general, like this looks like a inverse head and shoulders. And I flip the chart upside down. And my back up the truck once again moment. I'm going to play this market the same way I did the last time we entered into a bear market. Last time we entered into a bear market. I left this green line here on previous market highs, which was at 17, 18, 19,000 bucks. And I knew to hammer in to the Bitcoin positions here and, you know, some good altcoin plays there. So really this next iteration, I think it seems the powers that be are trying to make sure the 4-year cycle does remain in place. And I'm leaving this line here. And I'm going to steal cats. I'm going to sell them on the black market to buy more Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. Don't come after me, YouTube overlords. I'm just kidding. All right. But I'm leaving this line here. This is where I'll have a nice amount of additional, you know, conviction in moving into this. And where I'm doing is I'm leaving alone the altcoins that I hold because I feel that they are systemically important. And I think that they're going to last into the next iteration of the bull market, which I do actually think is going to kick off in 2026, regardless of all this crap going on right now. And I'll explain that further in the night video today. But I mean, this does look like the price action wants to at least go vibe check 70,000, 69K. And this actually makes me happy because I learned how to trade next to Frankie Candles, who is he loves shorting things to the ground, earning tether, and buying cheaper Bitcoin all along the way, which is a very, very nice move. So what I'm looking at here is to just ride this, understanding that the bull pressure is seeming to diminish. We are well below that 300 MA, and showing on this, now that I've flipped it, we are well above that 300 MA. And so I'm going to operate accordingly, right? Let me know if you think I'm crazy, if you think that this is just a short-term bounce and we're about to go to $150,000 and leave all of the chaos behind. Hence why I am keeping the good alts that I feel are very strong. And honestly, the price is still doing great for me on those alts. And then moving into actually flipping my thesis. Am I an insane person to do this? What's going on? JAA is basic. It all went down. That is so true. Ever since Isaac went to basic training, it's went to, I wonder who is still holding Coins Chick Coin as well. Is anyone in the chat holding Coins Chick Coin still? Oh, pour some liquor out for that one. Now, Thanksgiving's coming right up. I got some financial advice. Make sure to bring up politics at Thanksgiving to make sure that you don't have to buy any gifts for your extended family. Crappy Crypto Trader responded, I'm the one person in the extended family that's into crypto. Here's me trying to figure out what to say this year as they start to ask me, are you guys going to bring up crypto at all this Thanksgiving? I want to know. You know, I'm brazen enough to do it. And honestly, I'm having Thanksgiving with TJ, so that's what we're going to be talking about is crypto. Are you going to bring up crypto while you're at the dinner table with your drunk uncle eating turkey? Now, it looks like Andrew Tate has been apparently fully liquidated of his crypto. He's got more bags, but this picture of people in McDonald's hats is making its rounds, and I understand why. Bill Brower says, no, poor now, formerly pre-rich is going to bring up crypto like a savage. Absolutely love it. I'm holding mug. Nice. I will not talk about crypto. This is something we got to think about. I can't afford to go to Thanksgiving. Good God. Now, this is an interesting take from David Bailey. His take on global liquidity and credit crisis unfolding in real time, and Bitcoin is the most visible and responsive indicator of that. The signs of distress in traditional markets are everywhere. And the last time he shorted a bank was Signature Bank back in that 2023 crash. Very nice move. He opened up a new short on a different bank last week. Eventually, the money printer is going to be turned back in size, and things are going on in the background. We have jobless claims looking absolutely terrible, emergency Federal Reserve meetings going on in the background, and to top it off, the Japanese yen carry trade is trying to peek its ugly head into the mix again. Win 3 meals a day. God damn. Oh, Lord. I'll always talk crypto. Yeah, that's my man. That's my man. Japan just killed the global money printer with nobody noticing. The most dangerous number in finance right now is 1.71%. That's the Japanese 10-year bond yield, highest since 2008. And here's why their retirements, and potentially ours, just got obliterated. For 30 years, Japan printed infinity money at 0% interest rates and exported it worldwide. $3.4 trillion flowed into U.S. treasuries, great buyer of U.S. debt, European debt, and emerging markets. This invisible bid kept mortgages cheap, your stocks inflated, and your government solvent. November 10th, 2025, the bid disappeared. Japanese yield hit 1.71%, and they are pumping $110 billion of stimulus into their economy while the debt sits at a measly 263% of their GDP. What could go wrong? The math just became impossible. At 1.7% rates, Japan starts to pay off $27 billion more of interest every single year. Okay, this is not a good situation. Here's the extinction event nobody sees coming. Japanese pension funds are piling in 1.1 trillion out of U.S. treasuries right now because keeping money in America loses them money after hedging cost. The largest foreign buyer of American debt is becoming a seller. This is not a good situation. When Japan stops buying, interest rates don't stay flat, they explode. The 10-year yield jumps 40 basis points with a minimum flow for dynamics alone, and the 7% mortgage becomes 8%, thus increasing the payments very, very drastically. Corporate debt refinancing costs spiked 60%, and zombie companies holding $3 trillion in junk bonds start defaulting in waves. Bodies start flowing up from the bottom of the river, and the yen carry trade just reversed with this 1.2 trillion borrowed in yen funding crypto stocks and emerging markets. These must unwind. This is the storm over our heads right now. Every hedge fund, every momentum trade, every leverage bet built on free Japanese money is getting margin called simultaneously. This breaks in 3 places in the stock valuations over 2% bond yields forever. At 3.5% yields, the S&P 500 fair value drops by 35%, and emerging market currencies collapse without the Japanese capital inflows. Europe and the debt crisis going on there returns because Italy and Spain lose their silent buyer. Europeans are about to get this pain too, and on December 18th, the Bank of Japan will meet. 50% chance that they hike again. Right? Very, very bad. If they do, sell everything not nailed down. I'm not selling my Bitcoin, nor those decent alts. If they go lower, I feel like the consolidation where I'm looking in alts is solid. I'm not falling for any of the short-term hype, any of the community bullshit, none of that. You make revenue, you're systemically important. I'm holding that altcoin. Your 401k doesn't price this in yet. The Fed cannot stop this, and no central bank can. The world's biggest piggy bank just cracked open, and the money is flowing backwards. Absolutely crazy write-up. Great account to follow, Shinaka Anselm Pereira. Shout out to you. Now, the SEC, in the midst of all this, has decided to put crypto at the bottom of its priority list. Thank goodness. I'm very thankful that they pardoned CZ, and the wash trading will continue. And some words from Alex Becker. If you are in crypto and still here, you are absolutely a retarded psychopath. Something is wrong with you. This is why you will make it in crypto. Only a freak can buy these assets and survive long enough to hold them to glory. Stand tall, stay retarded, glory will come. I think those are pretty decent words. I think this is a a time frame where we must examine our conviction. How deep, how forever are we in the process of holding Bitcoin, escaping central bank control? Is your outlook just to make money go up and to the right, or are you looking to control your own money? That's what we must examine for ourselves. Let's check out the chat. Going through this, investment fundamentals, not high pale. Yeah, and I'm also going to be putting that arrow to work. I got to get you on the phone, DeFi, because I got that bag of arrow. It's been building and building as I've been adding. So I want to put it to work as we head in, because I always said, as we see the music stop, and I wanted to find out if there was any like really great time for altcoins to come. Honestly, it's gone out with a queef. It's gone out with a queef. Yes, the R word is back. Shout out to you, Zachary. Now let's keep going here. We got a lot of ground to cover. I got a good time, not a long time. So Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about tomorrow, which is today, Congress will finally vote on releasing the Epstein files. This should have never been a fight. Raping teenage girls, trafficking victims, and protecting powerful people is not a hoax. I unapologetically and proudly stand with this woman, but there's a catch. Jeffrey Epstein's brother is now claiming that the Epstein files are currently being sanitized to remove the names of high-ranking politicians before its release. Gee, they're probably erasing everybody in politics right now. They're scrubbing the background, the files of every name that would shake this country to its core. I hate everything about this. I really think that this country needs the veil to be pulled from its eyes. And honestly, over the past few months, I have been black-pilled to a point that there is basically no return. And I posted about this. As, having some thoughts. I was having some thoughts last night. I was a man that hoped we could make our voices heard at the polls and make monetary policy movements to reinvigorate the ideals of hope that the freedom here in the United States could return. And instead, what I got is 0 arrests made against the elites who sold this country out, that are pedophiles. I got an expansion of the IRS instead of a abolishment of the IRS. So there's that. I also got wall kissing happening across the political spectrum here in the United States. AI super surveillance state deal with Palantir. Disgusting amounts of bailouts for banks only, leaving Main Street to crumble into nothing. But can't wait for that $2,000 end of next year stimulus package that might come in the form of no tax on tips for restaurateurs, right? This is so insane what's going on right now. So insane what's going on right now. And I've been black-pilled to the point I don't think I'll ever be able to come back. I tried to have hope. Bitcoin below 100K. Saylor selling. He's not selling, Jakey, you twit. Trump is... Epstein is Satoshi. It's taking a toll on my boy, Jake. Jakey needs our... he needs our prayers, y'all. He needs our prayers for the love of God. And not to top everything else off. Cloudflare outage impacting over 100 million websites earlier this morning, with thousands of websites reporting complete blackouts. This comes after 2 major AWS outages in 2025. And as DCA and Prey highlighted at the beginning of the show, yes, AI demonstrated its wonderful abilities to DDoS the system at hyperspeed levels that a human could never even fathom. We are going into Thunderdome. We are going into Thunderdome, and I do pray for you, Nicole Ministator, on the treatments. Much love to you, OG member from the start. And this time frame that we're in, just to remind you guys of where we came from here in the blockchain basement. We started the channel at fucking $17,000, right? We started this channel all the way here, and I got to inverse this to, show better times. But this is where we started. And it's been a hell of a ride. I've been taking profits all along the way. I've been saying shit that was unpopular, but ended up to be real. And I just want us to take a breath as we head into this, understand that the projects we hold, you know what? It is a time frame where you must examine if your project is able to weather the storm, right? Maybe Caspa is able to weather the storm. Maybe Litecoin, maybe even ICP with its crime pump going on right now. Maybe Aster with the crime backed behind Aster, right? Now, with this strong and resilient economy, it's been great. Americans are defaulting at a pace not seen in years, even in decades. This is the sign of a strong and resilient economy, according to the experts. And lumber prices are now plunging to the lowest price this year. This is actually kind of decent if we're looking for a little bit cheaper cost on producing houses, right? In this time frame, I'm going to be doing a lot of my trading on Blowfin, and then also I like using decentralized exchanges, and I've been tooling around on VDEX. And if you do want to go check out VDEX and trade on a decentralized exchange, use code DRUTH to fall under my pool here. But I really, I think that this is important to highlight because market manipulation, market makers are sniping out really anything. And my trades aren't the tiniest. If your execution is public, your edge is dead, right? Direction, size, liquidation ranges, take profits, stop loss targets. If they're visible, they're exploitable. And I got stopped out. I lost like $300 yesterday trying to catch a bounce on Solana. It is what it is. I protected my bag to fight another day. Popcat attack on November 12th was a reminder for everyone that needs to hear this. On-chain transparency can be weaponized against traders in real time. This is why I have my trading on a couple different locations, because I am not going quietly into the night watching this Bitcoin price fall back down to previous all-time high levels without being in good trades, being focused about it, and earning tether to buy cheaper Bitcoin along the way. Now, my general game plan as things sit right now, yes, we're pump for ants, and I'm actually looking for this zone at about $96,000 to look for a short on a dead cat bounce. Now, there's a couple different spots. $96,000, then $106,000 are kind of my main points where I do look to snag a little bit of hedging short, right? Because if I'm wrong and the market returns and goes up, then my alts win. I'm winning, right? But these are hedging shorts here. So I'm going to do this one as well at 106.7 essentially. So these are the two spots that I'm watching. And yeah, I mean, Bitcoin at 77,000. I mean, by all means, if this market repeats, it should be hitting around 70,000 bucks for a buy opportunity. And this ass hat streamer Jack Doherty has been sentenced to 7 years in jail if he's convicted on all counts and receives maximum penalties. This guy's a prick. Probably would never fight me, but I want to pick on some of these jackasses that think that they're hot shit. I'm in the mood to fight. And family is declining in the West. It must be saved. We must fight for the expansion of traditional nuclear families here in the United States. Anglo-Saxons are already a statistical minority across the world, coming in at around 8 to 9% of the entire population. I'm not going to sit here and be told that I am some domineering asshole. This is my country, and I am going to push this narrative as hard and as far as I possibly can to expand the nuclear family within America, and I'm completely unapologetic for this. Now, something I must say that has been it's been on my mind is that, and there's some things to discredit this, but Michael Saylor is potentially a target. He's potentially a target. Now, it is important to note the companies that own the biggest shares of Strategy are like BlackRock, essentially tiny hats, own portions of Strategy. So I just got to warn you guys, like I told you when my Oracle came out, she said the top was in at 126K. I came out here and told you, right? I was being too hopeful, looking for the damn bounce. And we just broke well below that 300 SMA. I'm having to call a spade and look at this market with logic, right? But she did wake me up this morning, and she warned me that Saylor might be targeted to be sacrificed, and that the government leaning in and wanting to back currencies with Bitcoin aren't going to allow him, a private company owner, to hold the massive amount of Bitcoin that he has into the next 10 years. It's something we must take with a grain of salt because big portions of Strategy are owned by those same firms. And TJ had a really good point this morning because I talked to him about my concerns here. And it is likely that the mechanisms and companies that own big portions of strategy are, in a way, nationalizing that ownership through a private company strategy itself. So just be focused on making sure we are trading, making sure that we are doing DeFi and earning all along the way. Given how this market is looking, it is looking grim. And people that do nothing but just sell dips are going to be very, very sad. And now I have a video coming out tonight that is going to paint a more clear picture of what to expect in 2026, I do feel. These are things that are not what people want to hear, but I am here to tell you the truth. I'm here to bring you my honest opinion about what I think my portfolio is going to have to do, what Bitcoin's going to have to go through over the next year. And I'm never going to stop doing that for you guys because I love you. I really appreciate every one of you that's showing up, that's still involved with crypto, because god damn, it has been absolutely brutal on the timeline and many people are giving up. I love you guys. Stay based, stay focused. Do not let them win. And we will see you on the next episode.
I won't back down. I'll never fold. Bitcoin never phases. Digital gold through every crash, every cry of doom. I'll stand my ground. This rocket's my room. The headline scream is going to zero. They pay me, man, not a crypto hero. But I see beyond the market's fear. A brighter dawn is drawing near. Watch trades crash, but they can't erase the chain that runs through time and space.